Across the great state of Alabama. Hope everyone's having a very nice Thursday. We're with you until 2 o'clock. This is Three Man Front. Landrum Roberts, Conrad Van Order, Molly Robinson. I'm Pat Smith with you until that bewitching hour of 2 p.m. Appreciate everybody tuning us in. You can watch us on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button at the bottom of the screen. We appreciate that as the audience continues to grow. And don't forget about the Jocks 94.5 app that you can download. Take us along wherever you go. And you can also access all the Jocks affiliates across the state of Alabama. You can text into the show. And speaking of that, our text line is always open at 205-834-9450, brought to you by Courtesy GMC.
Yeah, we take you there now, and a lot of different topics that we've covered. Jimmy says Dr. Rob Pate might just pull some strings, have Sweet Frog put a patch on the AU volleyball team.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
His daughter is a volleyball star at East Carolina.
Someone throwing out Courtesy GMC for a sponsorship.
That would be fantastic. They do a tremendous amount for the community and for a lot of different communities in Central Alabama.
What's funny is I sent Pat this exact picture the other night, but somebody's saying that the White Castle frozen cheeseburgers and hamburgers are readily available in Alabaster. They had a BOGO going where I was the other night, and I thought about Mike Rodak. In case you didn't hear that interview, Mike Rodak drove how many hours round trip?
6.
6. Back in his days of living in the
And he
Northeast.
claims that there was not a female involved.
And the great news is that now, whenever he wants to come visit us in studio again, we've got White Castle for him.
That's right.
And they're not bad if you prepare them the way that they instruct you to.
The ones we have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Or I guess it's the same that's in the freezer. Yeah.
Ian Westbrook, back to TV9's sport reporter, Danica. Ian says, keep that reporter far away from the Olympic Village after that. That could have been a bad combination, LOL. In all honesty, I hope she's okay. You're right.
Yeah, they apparently have been running out of things in the Olympic Village.
This listener says, I'm from Dyer, Indiana, and my dad grew up 2 blocks off of Wolf Lake. Imagine putting Bears Stadium right next to Gate City.
Okay, well, I was not familiar with that. I am familiar with Gate City, but I've never been to northern Indiana. I've only been to southern Indiana, so I do not. I assume that he's talking, it's near Gary, Indiana, perhaps. I assume. I'll have to do a
Wolf Lake?
A Google search. Yeah, that's where the potential site of the Bears Stadium. Is it near Gary?
Warsaw. Columbia City.
There's a Warsaw, Indiana?
And a Poland.
Well, I'm familiar with the Poland.
Oh, I know you're probably familiar with
I keep
with
playing
those
into
Eastern
this.
European countries. You know, Conrad was telling me the other day in the office that he was really disappointed when Germany was reunified because he really liked the Eastern German hockey team back in the day.
I don't even know what to say to defend myself at this point. It's just
because it's funny. That's why you're not defending yourself, because it's funny and it's true.
Oh, people have such the wrong impression of me.
That's all right.
I love my country, I promise.
You have the rest of your life to.
I don't know.
When you were 18, did you sign up for selective service? I'm just curious.
Yes, I did. Actually.
I did.
I did. I really did.
I did too.
I hope I don't get selected.
I got a little worried right after that because we went to war in Iraq, and I was like, "Oh boy."
Mom, didn't you say I was born with a heart murmur?
I took my contacts out, put my glasses on. Can't see real well.
Wolf Lake is an 804-acre lake that straddles the Indiana and Illinois state line near Lake Michigan.
Okay.
It's smaller than it was prior to settlement by European colonizers because of infilling for development around the edges. There you go. Bears thinking about moving to northern Indiana. Hey, guys, great show. That explains why Joe Namath was slurring his words of Susie Colbert at halftime of the Jets game a few years ago, saying, "I want to kiss you."
He was just cold.
That's what it was. You know,
He
certain
couldn't enunciate
foods,
his words proper.
well, garlic will do that. For
Really?
me, it will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe he's just blaming that on the one drink in high altitude in the state of New Jersey. Scott in Long Island. Thank you for listening on the Jocks app, Scott. Going back to the reporter, she was still more coherent drunk than half of DC when they talk. Thank you for the text. Yeah, Posey offering the what about Namath on Monday Night Football. Someone saying Conrad slurs his words anytime Alabama loses.
That is generally
He
accurate.
says words that his mom does not appreciate.
I love. Listen,
Now I
would-
can't do it at home games because I got to be there for work.
I know.
But
You're
they
representing
are
all.
onto something, because now I sat in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with Conrad during the SEC championship game. He was well behaved. He was a professional. He wore pants. He wore shoes. And so after the game, I got out of there pretty quick, needless to say.
Yeah, your giving back day was over.
Yes.
I have checked my box.
Yeah.
The court ordered me to do this, and I've done it.
I've seen enough. Anyhow, I'm driving back and I come across Conrad's social media post after the game. And knowing that I was just with Conrad, because Conrad rode over there with me, knowing that he had not consumed any alcoholic beverages whatsoever. So based on that texter, I agree with them, because watching him walk out of the stadium, knowing that he did not have one alcoholic beverage and he did not smoke anything out in the
No, I didn't.
the outside
know
area,
No, I did not.
that he was slurring his words in his post-game video where he was visibly upset about Alabama losing to Georgia. So
Yeah.
they might be onto something.
They might be onto something. They might be.
Do you realize that? Has Paige ever told you when you get mad or you're upset that you slur your words?
No, she hasn't.
Well,
She doesn't see that too
Given the
often.
last two seasons, I'm going to dial in the next time Alabama loses.
Seems to be happening more frequently, so won't have to wait too long probably.
It might be like psychosomatic that you don't even know you're doing it.
Oh, probably not, because I'm actively frustrated in the moment, and I'm like, I have to do a stupid video, and here we go, and I let it all go. Let it all go. It's how I cope.
Expansion of the NCAA tournament. Cigar Cowboy, thanks for texting his. He says, just change it to 128 and get rid of the NIT. Are we ready for the 128?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'm fine with getting rid of the NIT.
If we wanted to add 28, we go 96.
Is that the? So
No,
what,
I think it was in the 70s, wasn't
wasn't it
it?
76? Or
Yeah,
like,
it was
'cause
in
it'd be-
76 or 78.
Because it'd be eight
I
more
thought.
teams. Go to 76.
76 round sounds about right.
Good morning. Talking about the NIL check out, the guard for Kansas who took himself out of the game last night because he didn't feel well. He's missed multiple games this year. Should I say, have the games because of illness, and he doesn't really feel like playing.
Yeah, that's been the big. Yeah, it's Darren Peterson, because he was projected to be maybe the #1 overall pick, but that's been the joke, is that he's already NBA ready because he's doing load management in college. But yeah, no, he's straight up taking himself out of games before because I'm tired.
Remember when Zion blew out the shoe? Scary moment.
He gave his all though.
Yeah,
Not so much anymore, but he did in college.
yeah. The video clip I saw, it was 18 minutes into the game, and he shot, and then he literally turned around and said something to Bill Self, and then Bill Self immediately pointed to somebody on the bench and say, "Go check in." And then after the game, Bill Self was asked about it, and Bill Self is becoming extremely frustrated about this.
I'm just reading them, but this one reads, Auburn's defense is terrible. I thought Steven was a defensive whiz for his daddy's team the last few years. The only thing wrong with the team is they have a coach who's not ready for the job. Maybe his daddy should worry more about his son's coaching as opposed to being a hypocrite and calling out Nate. Kevin from Gadsden, a.k.a. Mr. Sax Appeal. By the way, he played last night, right? At Coleman Coliseum. And he'll be playing for senior day or senior night, UAB, March the 8th.
Oh, very nice. Very cool.
Kevin adds, coaches and fan bases that complain about calls going against them in Tuscaloosa haven't been to Rupp, Barnhill Arena, Thompson Bowling, or Neville Arena. Home teams get the calls. It just happened to be Bama last night. I didn't see it as outlandish, one-sided.
No, I thought they kind of corrected things in the. I think both sides could have had complaints, but that's sports.
Talking about the hockey and the overtime period yesterday, I said that I did not know that if it was 3 or 3 was still unclear. Is that regular? Does the NHL do that? This listener says NHL does 3 versus 3 overtime during the regular season, but it goes back to 5 versus 5 once they reach the playoffs. All of the men's action yesterday went to extra time. We do have the gold medal game underway right now in Italy, Team USA versus Team Canada.
Yes, in the United States, a 1.5 goal favorite. And if you think back to the history of these two, the United States, they have won the last 7 meetings between these two hockey programs.
Did I see correctly when we beat Sweden? I know it was the men's, but wasn't it the first time we beat Sweden in 66 years?
Since 1960.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, the U.S., they have outscored Canada 29-7 in its last 5 games that they have played. They are 7-0 straight up in their last 7 contests against the Canadian women. So they are on the ice now with 18 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the opening period. No score.
Was it 1.5?
1.5 U.S. Is the point spread.
Ken in Minnesota listening on the app. Thank you, Ken. He says, hey, guys, what's the infatuation with White Castle? It's just a crystal in the north. I wouldn't call it infatuation.
Crystal, goes back to the Mike Rodak
I do not see
story.
Crystal, though, having their cheeseburgers and hamburgers readily available in the frozen food section.
They also don't have a movie based about them.
Yep.
For what that's worth.
I talked to some folks from the Midwest. They were actually Kansas State grads. And the first time I ever heard sweaty burger is what they called them. Sweaty burgers.
Oh, I never heard that.
Because they steam the burgers.
No, okay. That makes sense.
Wolf Lake water mass keeps getting smaller due to the amount of bodies getting dumped there.
That's not
Oh, boy.
good.
Whoa. George Kliakoff burner phone. It reads, I hope Faye is paying attention to all of this. Conrad obviously has some issues. By the way, I'm single and I need a haircut, Faye.
Okay, I like it trying to undermine me and take my woman. That's fine. I understand.
This next one, I can't do it. Does Conrad slur his words when he's with Faye? I don't think there's a whole lot of talking going on when Conrad's around Faye. I think he's just
only pillow talk.
Smitten with infatuation.
Only pillow
he's just
talk.
Infatuated. All right. Thank you for the text. Some of them I couldn't read. I on the air. We did read them. Some people laughed. But thank you for that. Let's get your phone calls. 800-239-WJOX. All right, what's the verdict, Don?
The verdict is I'm about done with Auburn basketball, Landrum.
There you go. Done.
Everything. But you know what, Conrad, don't feel bad. I get mad and slur my words too after an Auburn game like that last night.
That happens to the best of us.
Did you slur your words last night after that game?
Now I was not being very pleasant, Pat, and everything. But I'm gonna give you a situation kind of like you guys leaving the Georgia Dome. When we got beat by Houston in the Birmingham Bowl 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I was so dadgum mad after that game. I was yelling at every Auburn fan. I hope you're happy about you fussing about Bo Nix because Finley is the worst quarterback in the history of Auburn. I was screaming at everybody, Pat. By the way, with the hockey game starting, my Lord have mercy. Have you seen, it's more red than there is the American. Man, Canada's got a lot of people there.
Well,
they don't have to work up there.
That's true. Well, why is FSU Dave not there with it being Canada versus U.S.?
No, he's made it perfectly clear when the two nations face each other, he's an American. And when Canada is by themselves going up against anybody else in the world, he pulls for Canada.
Yeah, but I think I texted y'all yesterday on the men's game. I've been watching hockey forever ever since we had the original Birmingham Bulls here, which was real hockey in the 70s with the World Hockey Association. I've always loved it, everything, but it seems to me that Canada every year in the Olympics they win like this. Okay, they do. They know how to win in overtime, but I did not know they did 3-on-3 because I'm not watching as much hockey as I used to. I did not know they did that in overtime.
It was good though. It's fun.
Last 7 meetings,
yeah,
U.S. women have outscored Canada 35-11.
Okay. Well, question about that, Landrum. I don't even think has the USA women's have they allowed to go the whole Olympics?
Wasn't it one? The garbage goal
one?
somebody got the other day. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, but these girls that are playing, some of these girls have been on the last 4 Olympic teams. I mean, they got a veteran group, that's for sure. And by the way, hey Landrum,
Hey,
I really hope you come to our breakfast club Saturday morning at our local place.
Yeah,
Okay.
he told me he was looking at
8
his
o'clock.
schedule.
Larry said he'd be there. I will be there. I promise. I'll be there.
Fantastic, buddy. Fantastic. We're going to have a big crowd. And, hey, Conrad, Molly, Pat, y'all are invited to this too. But, Conrad, I know you're busy with your move. Congratulations on your new house, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Don.
All right, guys. Well, guys, y'all have a good day. Talk to y'all soon.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. We'll continue with 3-man front on Jocks.
12:21 on Jocks. We are watching the gold medal game here in studio between the United States and Canada right now. Both teams, 4 shots on goal, 0-0, 12:51 to go in the opening period, and Canada is currently in a power play. The United States had too many skaters on the ice, and they were penalized. 2-minute power play for the Canadians. No score in the gold medal game, and they just had another opportunity. Canada did. That was almost across the red line for a goal for the Canadians. So they are putting a lot of pressure on the Americans. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on there. I wanted to tell everybody about Abide Roofing. And Abide Roofing, with this time of the year, with heavy storms right around the corner, it's important that you get Travis Lloyd or one of his outstanding roofing team members to get on your roof and give you an assessment of what's going on up there. Hopefully you don't have any problems. But if you do, whether you own your home or a business building, the roofing team is ready to help you at Abide Roofing, 205-577-7338, or you can simply go to their website, abideroof.com. At Abide Roofing, customers always come first, from your first call to the final inspection. Tons of experience, over 25 years of trusted experience. And what they're going to do at your house or your commercial business, they're going to do it, and it's going to be built to last. There's no shortcuts. There's no compromises, only the best materials. It's going to give you the durability, weather resistance, and long-term value of your home. And if you do have a problem, whether it's a couple of shingles or it's a whole full roof replacement, they can take care of all of that for you at Abide Roofing. Go to their website, abideroof.com, or their phone number. Give them a call today to get started, 205-577-7338.
We got U.S. women's hockey going on right now. No score in the gold medal game between the United States and Canada as they play there in Italy. Of course, the United States men's hockey team yesterday victorious. It took overtime, but they knocked off Sweden 2-1, so they move on. And hopefully tomorrow, right, is when they will play Slovakia, and they qualify, and we get the much-anticipated matchup like we're seeing in the women's gold medal game, the U.S. men versus the Canadian men, because that sure was fun with the World Hockey deal that we had.
No, it sure was. And yesterday, America was leading Sweden with 1:31 to play in the third when the Swedes tied it. And then Quinn Hughes thwarted the upset just 3.5 minutes into overtime with a dart off the post. Let's hear from the game-winning shooter for the United States. Here's Quinn Hughes.
USA flags all over the place. You could hear the chants. What's that atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I love the U.S. and it's the greatest country in the world, so happy to represent it here with these guys, and it's really special.
Wait a second. Did we play the right clip? Do you mean that there was actually a United States Olympian that loves their country and is playing for everybody?
They're still around.
In the United States?
They're still around. I think Nick Baumgartner, he's one of those.
That it doesn't matter whether you're from a red state or a blue state, or your whatever your sexual preference is, that you want to play for everyone in the United States?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure. So we did play the right clip. That's from this year's Olympics.
Yes.
Okay.
Play it again. Just make sure.
Yeah, I want to make sure I hear this properly.
USA flags all over the place. You could hear the chants. What's that atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I love the U.S. and it's the greatest country in the world, so happy to represent it here with these guys, and it's really special.
How about
Perfect. Perfect. Have no idea how he votes. Don't care.
Don't care either. It's not a political statement.
Nope.
He's playing for the good red, white, and blue.
Thank you.
Playing for Old Glory.
Thank you for representing our country.
Playing for people like Conrad, who
That's
could
right.
care less whether they win the GOAT or not. But he's there representing the United States of America.
Yeah. One nation under God,
Indivisible.
with liberty and justice for all.
That's right. Amen.
Oh, it took 2.5 hours, but I got goosebumps. Still no score.
4 shots on goal for both the Canadians and the Americans. Who are you pulling for, Conrad? Or should I call you Comrade?
Yeah, I'm still up in the air on who I'm gonna pull for in this one. I'll kind of wait and see who wins, then I'll just pull for that team.
I order a lot of stuff off of Amazon during the show. I don't know if you've noticed. I get caught up in the moment. I'm a spontaneous buyer.
Did you get your shirt?
The shirt is out for delivery right now.
Oh, so no update.
No, I'll debut it tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But Conrad, would you wear one of the furry hats if I bought one for you?
Oh, you mean like one of the
like one of the Russian caps.
You said Comrade. I was like, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Comrade Van Order?
Why am I asking? Of course you'll wear it.
Yeah, but then you have to send me down to Auburn to interview Alex Golish at in
No,
spring
we're not going to do
practice.
that. We're not going to do that. Not going to do that. I don't think that would end well for you.
Probably not.
You know, in his introductory press conference when he said, "Hey, I'll say it, and this will be it," it sounded like he doesn't want to talk about that story too much.
No, he doesn't.
But no, I'm going to look on Amazon right
Yeah,
now.
if you can find one, I'll wear it.
Oh, I'm sure he can find one.
What would that hat be? I don't know what the search term would be.
Russian fur cap? I don't know. Do they call it hats or caps over there? I don't know.
It's probably cap.
See, that's what I was thinking too. I don't know why, but that just seemed right.
Russian hat. Yes.
Oh, is it called a?
There it is. Look at this, Pat.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect.
It's like a what they used to call those. Is it Cossacks?
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's called a Ushenka. Oh, this one.
Faux fur.
This one has the Soviet logo on it.
Oh
No, we're not doing that.
And then all of a sudden, Landrum shows up on some database
Exactly. Exactly.
of ordering.
That's how we caught all
Soviet-
those spies in the 60s and the 70s.
What they were on Amazon ordering
That's exactly what they were doing, Pat. Wow, I got an Uptech and Moscow Mules.
All I'm saying is everything you've ever bought for me to wear on the show, I have worn.
You
You
never
have.
wear your P-Town T-shirt much anymore.
It's in a box somewhere now. I gotta unbag that one. That's a summertime shirt.
Yeah,
That's a
that feels
summertime
like a
shirt.
summertime shirt.
I figured you'd wear it this weekend around the pool.
I was
That's
about to
your,
say,
new
well, I'm going to
place.
cut the sleeves off and make it a crop top, and I'm going to wear it around the pool.
Oh, we're going to do the pool thing that we mentioned?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Live show poolside
Yeah, we can
at
do
your
that.
new house
Yeah.
to kick off a great jock summer.
Yeah.
Jock's kickoff party's there, right?
As long as my don't think we could fit everybody,
You don't
but
think we can accommodate?
yeah, as long as my wife's cool with it, but she'll be at work anyway, so she doesn't have to know.
She doesn't have to know.
Yeah, I was about to say we're there from 10 to 2. She doesn't get home until like 5:30. We're good.
Is Pharaoh going to be okay?
Yeah, he'll be fine. We'll put him somewhere.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you guys.
You nervous?
They have spent a lot of time on our side of the ice.
They have.
A lot. 8 minutes to go in the first period, and it's scoreless.
They're living on our side of the 50.
Yeah.
Man.
They had a power play, and they've spent a lot of time down here, a lot of shots.
Okay, serious question. Do the women fight like the men fight? Does that happen? Or maybe just less frequently?
Boy, I hope so.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Because we got some tough women on that team.
I mean, I've seen them do some pushing and stuff like that. I don't know if they go just gloves off and
At one
I'd love
point
to see it.
yesterday during the Canadian, who were they playing? Anyways, the Canadian, that was trading licks. There was blood everywhere. Shots, cross checks, slamming into the boards. I see what you did there. You two sickos. 3-man front continues on Jocks. 12:34, three-man front, monitoring on the big screen here in the Jock Studio. Team USA women's hockey taking on Team Canada. Under 6 minutes, first period, no score. Americans the favorites. They've won the 7 last prior matchups between the Americans and the Canadians, outscoring them, as told you a few minutes ago, 35 goals to 11. But right now, Canada playing tough. But as I've learned in Olympic hockey, and I learned in the documentary about that team, the Miracle team from '80, Conrad, was why nobody could ever get past the Russians. And the Russians had dominated in men's hockey from 1960 up until that point. And it was the Nick Saban fourth quarter program. It really was.
Yeah.
It was, everybody was tired out. They hit another gear when it came to the third. I've seen a lot of that in the Olympics from various teams. Not that they're pacing themselves, but some of these teams, they do get stronger.
Well, I mean, we were even talking, I mean, not even with hockey, but we were talking about that with some of the ice skating events where you see the last lap and it's off to the races and you're like, okay, you've got that extra gear and that's what's got you there. But yeah, hopefully the Americans can pull it out. We don't want to get reverse miracled today.
Reverse miracle. No. You're exactly right. We do not want the reverse miracle.
No, we do not. But we got, about 44 minutes left. We're good.
Yep.
We're good. We got time.
We'll keep you up to date there. You had Jordan Stoltz, who unfortunately, I know that Jordan, he aspired for that gold medal in the speed skating, but he claims silver. The Chinese win gold there. But the United States, the medal count is at 25 right now. And given my research on the show, I think that equals their total medal mark all time for the Winter Olympics, which I think they've tied maybe the 2022 games as far as total medals.
Okay.
Maybe just a hint behind Italy, but Norway,
they're a juggernaut.
They're pulling
They're a juggernaut.
Pulling away from everybody.
They're cheating.
We talk in college basketball. We recap what a night it was in Tuscaloosa, the double overtime win for Alabama, 117-115. Auburn, very disappointing loss on the road in Starkville. They trailed by 18. Josh Hubbard from Mississippi State outscored Auburn by himself in the first half. He was limited the second half. Auburn comes back from 18. They lead by 7, under 3 minutes left in the game. They fall by 6, 91-85. Stephen Pearl knows that this team is probably on the bubble, must-win situation at home versus Kentucky.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is, well, first off, you get a win against Kentucky on Saturday, and not that the ship has totally been righted, but you're back on track to make the tournament. But I just go back to talking with Rocco yesterday. What did he say? You look at what Auburn had with Kentucky and Alabama. If you win one of those, great, but you had 4 games. You had Mississippi State last night, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and LSU. He said you got to go at least 3-1 in those games. And unfortunately, you started off 0-1, so you have to win those next 3 games. And yeah, obviously Kentucky and Alabama wins would be great as well, but they just at this point with the streak, you just got to see one go in. Like you just got to get a win.
Well, I feel like with all the adversity and the turmoil, whatever was going on with Keyshawn Hall and his team, and kind of that forging moment, people who are close to the program said it felt like one of those moments after the Arkansas loss in Fayetteville last weekend that we would see a different Auburn team. First half last night, but then you see the resilience, the ability to come back. Okay, here they go. Unfortunately, that's kind of been the story of Auburn basketball this year. When you look at games, and you've watched them a lot too, just when you think they're about to make that run, where it feels like as you're watching college basketball, this team's about to go on a run. For whatever reason, it's not happened more often than it has. No.
And you had that last year. And I think a big part of that, and we've talked about it all season long, we had Stephen Pearl on the show. He talked about it too. It's the leadership just isn't what it was last year. And I think the further you get into a season, the more apparent a lack of that becomes.
But also, I think last year you had guys who had well-defined roles, and they knew exactly what their role was.
That's a good point, yeah.
You had leadership, and you had everybody, it seemed, pulling in the same direction. And defense was a thing of pride, especially for guys like Denver Jones. Against the 3, the catch and shoots, Rocco played it out. They have been abysmal this season. Now, for the Auburn fans who are frustrated, understand the frustration. You don't think Stephen Pearl deserves to get that job. I still don't think, especially this day, and especially in the sport of college basketball, with NIL and the transfer portal, you got to let him come back for another season. I'm not saying John Cohen is entertaining this, but I would like to see, with a chance to refresh the roster, You're going to have the funds to do it. You're believed to be in the top tier of the SEC when it comes to NIL dedicated to this year's basketball roster. Money's going to be there. But two things. I think you give Stephen Pearl and this staff, who were an integral part of the 2 Final Four runs and the success that Auburn had as basketball in Bruce Pearl's tenure, you give him a fair shot coming out of the gate where he's not taking over. And I realize the reasons he is taking over and why Bruce did what he did. You give him another season because, and not that Jalen Cohen would, but you lose Bruce. You fire his son after 1 year, you probably would lose Bruce.
Yep.
I mean, is that a serious conversation?
No. This is more for Auburn. I've heard this from Auburn fans.
Okay.
John Cohen came out the other day and said he knew it was going to be a difficult season, given the circumstances.
And it would have been difficult for anybody. And I agree with you in the sense of you got to give him one more year, give him the full offseason because it, I guess however you feel about the situation one way or the other, right? He was, not an easy situation for him to take over with the way that his father left and left that program in his hands. But I think you got to give him one more year. I think at this point, right, I know some people might not be happy about it, but, Pettiford's probably got to come back for another year, right? His draft stock's probably not any better. It's probably worse than it was a year ago. So you've got some guys that you could probably figure it out and bring back and kind of keep that Auburn core, but you need, I know these guys aren't easy to find, but it's like, man, this team needs like a Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah.
Really, really, really bad. And I don't know where you go and find one of those because that's a guy that you brought into that program and he was there for a while and grew within it, but this ain't it. But if you have the $12 million, whatever it is, rumored that they spent on their roster, and you're able to get, even if it's 10 next year, that's a lot of money to go and build a really, really talented roster. But they have a talented roster right now. It just isn't working.
Well, I remember when Gene Bartow stepped down and his son Murray got the job, and then it did not end well for Murray. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Stephen Pearl, but you just look around the history of
Bobby Knight and Pat Knight.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well.
Myers kind of worked out, right?
Yeah, DePaul. Yeah, that did.
But you're right. Probably more often than not. Not that it happens a ton, but
it's a lot of pressure.
It is,
especially when you're. Just like Murray. Murray took over for a Hall of Fame coach. Bruce got Auburn to the Final Four twice. So,
but you do have to think about Bruce was able to take advantage of maybe one of the few times that we're going to see moving forward of guys that had multiple years invested in the program. Now, Tom Izzo at Michigan State does a really good job of retaining talent, but he recruits a different way. But taking advantage of those guys that had been through it. You had new faces. You had some new guys on the team, but for the most part, you had veteran guys that knew each other, and they were all pulling in the same direction. So take that for what it's worth. I don't think his job's in jeopardy. I do know that Auburn fans are disappointed, and they rightfully should be.
You got to find guys that want to buy into the program and they want to buy into Stephen Pearl, not guys that are coming there because you're offering them more money than option B.
I do want to throw this out. We focused on those other teams, but quietly, do you realize that the Samford Bulldogs have won 6 of their last 7? 5 in a row. They're at the Citadel tonight as a 10.5-point favorite. Followed by that, they have Mercer coming up this weekend. You get VMI, UNC Greensboro, which will not be easy, but hey, not too bad.
No, that's excellent. Taking over for Bucky.
Yep. After a rough 4-game losing streak, able to turn it around, and it looks like they're getting things righted in the right direction. So at the Citadel tonight, 6 o'clock, that game on ESPN+. Good luck to the Samford Bulldogs.
So we're 14 seconds away from the end of the first period as the United States and Canada still scoreless, and Canada has just been penalized. So the United States will be in a power play for the final 14 seconds of the first period, and then the first 1 minute and 46 seconds of the second period. So the United States will have an opportunity. Canada has had 8 shots on goal, the United States 6. 14 seconds to go as the United States get ready for the end of the first period, and then they will be in a power play coming up in the second period. So Interesting times over in Milan. We will continue to update you there. We'll get to more of your text messages and your phone calls at 1-800-239-WJOX.
Comrade. And Shania Twain, but today of all days, we're playing Team Canada.
She's a proud American, right?
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
she's born in Canada, right?
she was, from what I understand.
Okay.
You think they listen
That's
to
better
Shania?
than Justin Bieber. Huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Don't tell Molly that.
Justice Beaver. Yes.
Yes. Yes. No score between the United States and Canada after the first period. Shots on goal. Canada has 8, United States with 6.
It's all right. We're we're a third period team, right?
That's right.
Just got to keep it going. We got plenty of time. Get back in it.
205-834-9450. A lot of your text coming in to the show. Jimmy says, Pat, that's genius. Conrad. That's his new name. Or just Comrade. Comrade Van Ora.
Well, if I ever travel to that part of the country and I get a big welcoming party when I get there, I'll know that they listen to Jocks.
You just kind of got that look. I don't think you get questioned when you get over there.
Probably not. I mean, I am
he's
heritage-wise, I am
Dutch.
and got some
Are
German
you
in
kin
there.
to Kalen DeBoer and Pete DeBoer, the men's assistant coach for Team Canada?
I'm sure there's a branch on the tree somewhere that connects us.
All right. So the Comrade hat, the Russian hat, people are recommending if I order the one from Amazon, be sure to get the one with the rat hair.
That does seem like the least appealing of the. Does it keep you warm? Maybe it's just a lot of rat hair.
I always pull for Canada because of the band Rush.
That's a good band. Yeah. Tom Sawyer. It's a good one.
This one rolls in. Yes, the officials favored Alabama last night. Signed, Ernest T. Musselman.
That's great.
Drake is asking, guys, doesn't Shaq have something to do with Sacramento State athletics?
Yeah, didn't he? He put some money. I think he gave him a few $1 million. Did he not last year? Or maybe it was 2 years ago.
Paul in North Carolina says, I still like Tinkle Toes and Pea Feet Boy for Conrad. Well, those are the old tried and true nicknames.
That's right.
Little Lug Nut.
Shaquille
Shakira.
Shaquille O'Neal is the he's voluntary, but he is the general manager technically for Sacramento State's basketball team.
Did Alabama just lose in something because you slurred?
Maybe I've been drinking.
If I was going to have to move like you,
That'll come afterwards.
I don't know if that would drive me to drink again, but
Be close.
You got buddies helping? Or are you doing moving company?
Oh, we're paying movers. We're
Good for you.
being adults
Yep.
now.
You're an adult.
It was funny because, we kind of had the conversation. It was probably about a year ago once most of us had gotten married and stuff, and we kind of looked, and somebody brought it up and said, we have to agree now. We're either all helping each other move, or we all agree right now to never ask any of us to move. And we all said, yeah, I don't think I want to move 6 times. That was a smart decision to make up front.
By the way, back to Auburn basketball, I did look up the stat. When was the last time a team that reached the Final Four did not make the NCAA tournament the following year? And the best of my knowledge, the last team not to do it was it Loyola Marymount. That team that went to the Elite Eight that beat Coach in the Tide in the Sweet 16. Got eliminated in the Elite Eight and did not make the tournament the following year. I did see, now this is the modern era, the tournament had expanded by that time, but if you went back to, saw 80, was it 80 and 81, LSU maybe? It hasn't happened many times.
Yeah. Still time, Auburn fans.
Because this question says, realistically, is Auburn men's basketball making the tournament? They've gotten worse as the year has gone on. With the loss last night, I feel like they'll be left out. Is that feeling right or wrong? I think it's a right feeling, and given the way that they've played, I don't expect them to beat Kentucky at home. I don't expect them to beat Alabama. Oklahoma, that one's iffy on the road in Norman. You get LSU at home, okay, feel decent about that. Ole Miss at home, that's not a gimme. You're going to have to beat Kentucky. You got to get a quad 1 win added back to that resume to help cancel out a quad, what was that, 2 loss or 1?
It would be a quad 2 loss
to Mississippi State last night. But if I'm an Auburn fan, if they're going to continue to play this way, do you want to see that team play?
Auburn is now 2-2 in quad 2 losses. They didn't fall much. They're still highly respected in the net, mainly because the win at Florida.
Are they around 33, 34?
34.
What about Alabama? Do they
Kentucky
move?
is 30. Alabama's 20. So Alabama did
They
get
dropped?
a little bump.
I thought Alabama was 19 and Arkansas was 17 going into the game.
Arkansas is 18 now.
Okay.
Florida 9. Vanderbilt's 15. I mean,
That's a big win for Missouri last night.
Sure was. They almost
Yeah,
lost it.
Vanderbilt almost. Whew, that would have been crazy the way that game ended.
I mean, Mizzou was up 81-77. Vandy hits the three
Intercepts the inbounds and then has a half court shot
that goes in and comes out.
that would have been
That would have
crazy.
been, yeah.
But
that'd
no, that
been
was a
something
big one
else.
for Missouri. The path to 11 teams.
Missouri right
They
now,
held that.
59th in the net, 18-8 overall. But 4-4 in quad one games.
By the way, shout out to Chris Stewart listening right now. He appreciated the Ernest T. Musselman shout out.
That was great. Ernest T. Musselman.
That was great. It's fantastic.
The more
He's
I
really
look-
let his hair down here the last couple of weeks.
Who, Ernest?
Chris.
Oh, Chris?
Chris is always that way with me and
Yeah,
Landry.
he's-
He doesn't like you, but
Something weird between you two happened.
Well, it's that
at the-
dinner party that
that
we were
Christmas
at.
You came
party.
on a little too strong at the Halloween party. Wasn't it a Halloween party?
It was a Halloween party.
Y'all had mutual friends and you looked across the room.
Yeah,
and
one
you
of
went,
my
hey, there's the
best
voice of the Tide.
One of his best friends is one of my best friend's dads.
Or is that one of my
Small
friends
world.
dressed up as the voice of the Tide? We always appreciate Chris Stewart. He joins the show every Wednesday, presented by Craneworks at 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock hour.
Chris says you're a great dude, by the way.
Thank you, Chris. I think you're a nice guy, too.
Nothing about me and you, Landrum. Just
That's
Conrad.
right. That's okay. Used to it.